It's got way more psychological now.
Yeah.
Freaking I heard Ryan Coogler, his next two ventures is going to be bringing back X-File TV
Mm.
series and then teaming up with Disney to do the Animorphs series.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I think Animorphs will definitely go because there's a whole generation of Animorphs babies.
Yeah. X-Files too. Eli likes X-Files.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I still watch that shit to
Me
this
too.
day.
Me
Yeah.
too. If I'm on one of those places where it's regular TV, like you're in a motel room or you got Sling on or something like that, and X-Files is on, I'll turn it on.
Yeah. I feel like that with the Unsolved Mysteries
Yep.
this day.
Hmm. That one still gives me the willies though.
Yeah, every now and again they're like so and so from Tacoma,
I think I
Washington.
have PTSD from the music of Unsolved Mysteries, watching it alone in my basement as a child.
Yes.
I ain't never fuck with
One
that.
time, my
But the
dad
X
did a
Files for
badass
sure.
thing. I kept asking to watch the Freddy Krueger movies. I was probably in fifth grade. There was, I think, three of them at the time, and I didn't shut up. He kept just saying maybe later, or and I just kept asking. He was like, "Fine, you can watch all three of them by yourself in a row tonight." So I had to put up or shut up.
Yeah, that's like when you get caught smoking and
Yeah,
yo, yeah, you get to smoke the whole pack
yeah.
till you throw up.
Shit, I watched X Files last week. I see. Y'all know me. I'm cheap. I don't have all the sling and I don't have none of that. I got the Walmart antenna. $30. Whatever stations I get, that's what I get.
Mm, I like it. It forces you to slow down and pay attention to something, and can't flip through too much.
Oh no, I'll still be flipping through. There's just not a lot of channels. you're,
Right.
you're going from X Files to I've been watching these old ass Western movies recently. It's
Mm.
a channel called Grit, and that's just all that plays on them. Like straight black and white westerns. I seen one with a couple with black people in it too. Like I was like, whoa! I wasn't expecting you to be in a movie
Oh
that's in
shit.
black and white. So yeah. All right. Well, shoot. I already hit the live button. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this intro on real quick. Yes, this is the Build and Destroy show. We're doing it backwards today. Okay.
Or the UFC comfortable. Just round people up at the behest of ice. You see what the Eagles are doing? Talking of how we needed to remain in Jurassic Park. They have rap battles and car shows and now working on our next podcast. Right here. That I was the first one to record Darnell. I'm not everybody in the room.
All right, here's the official intro. We are back. It's the Build and Destroy show. Wicked Meticulous, May Dolly, High Rise. We are in the middle of a movie discussion randomly.
We live on the chat too. If you got
Oh,
something to say about these movies, say it. We'll read it.
well, y'all had anything else you wanted to end on our just random movie chat? I do. Ooh, I do have something.
Mhm.
So, the movie that AWOL was in,
Oh yeah.
it played at the Grand yesterday. I didn't get a chance to go. It was called the West Coast Film Awards or something like that.
Yep.
And it either won an award or was up for winning an
It
award.
won.
Okay, so yeah, so that one update, um, that same production company, 5J Films, their next project, I can't release information about it other than AWOL has gotten me in to my role as pedestrian number 4, and we did go and do the table read with the cast on Thursday.
Oh shit!
So,
how was that experience? Did you like it?
Well, that was just the table read. I mean,
yeah.
Technically, we don't have written lines, so I mean, you've seen the first movie, so you know AWOL got ad libs in there. So that is essentially what we get is ad lib opportunities. So we talked about it. He had some ideas on what he was gonna say. He had some ideas for me, and I think I came with a relatively a good idea. And so now it depends on how well we execute those. I think our shoot day is it's this month. I'm pretty sure it's like in a couple weeks. It might even be next week. I have to check my calendar. But that's my update on the film. Your boy, with the help of AWOL, making the segue into the film industry. And like I said, I had this conversation with AWOL multiple times. Like, we have the ability and the skills to at least put together a script. The idea part, now we have the contacts and the network for the filming, the technical side, from filming, editing, gaffer, makeup, special effects. Like, that's all in-house at 5J Films. There's small, company. So we should be definitely putting together something. I already got 2 ideas that I'm rattling around in my head. Something for ourselves is what I mean. That we are writing a script for ourselves to be the actors, even if it's a 10-minute, something. And then we can always sandwich music at the beginning or at the end or throughout. So maybe a more unique, artful way to maybe release the music. Illegals, that their concept was based on that script. Now, whether they're going to go forward with making any movie out of it is a different, subject. But I think we could definitely put it together. We got the talent, we got the skills. It's just nothing to it but to do it. So that's my 2 cents on the movie.
That's true. It's true. It's a new network to explore.
All right. Well, you said you did watch the Res Ball. Why don't you give us a fresh review since that was our last week's guest?
Well, it is still on Netflix. For all the Netflix people out there, you really can go watch it. And the basketball in it is good. I think when it comes to watching a basketball movie or series, if you're a real hooper, the real thing is like, all right, well, first of all, you hope the story's good, but you really hope the basketball is palatable enough to where you can just watch it and not get pissed off. You don't
every time you see someone dribbling.
Smith and Carlton for the Bel Air Academy, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to see that episode. And they did a good job of casting hoopers and filming it and showing realistic basketball. It wasn't perfect. I'd give the basketball part of it though, like a 9 out of 10. It was about as good as you could get without it being a true basketball documentary or something. But of course, like basketball is not the main story being told. Um, it's got like it explores like suicide, so that should give viewers a responsible warning for that. Um, and alcoholism and just the push and pull of people choosing to be on the res, feeling like they're stuck on the res, wanting to leave the res, feeling guilty for leaving the res and coming back. Job opportunities. I mean, it explores all of that stuff. And yeah, the homie was in it. That was cool. He had a good part. He was kind of like, I feel like they kind of just saw him and heard him talk, and they were like, yeah, we just need his sort of just grit in the movie. He was definitely like a supporting role, but a main supporting role, and one of the more like colorful, funny characters on the team. Jokes and sort of toughness. Kind of like a mascot type of guy. And but it didn't have that different of a feel, even though it was like about people out on the plains. But there was definitely like they were talking about sheep herding and things that they do out there, out in the lowlands and the mountains and things like that. But it got you hyped for the sort of small state championship high school season, where maybe you got like the whole state coming down into like a 15,000 seat arena at like they were doing theirs at like University of New Mexico or New Mexico State or something. And it was just cool. It was real. The team bus would leave and like all of the fans would follow in their cars and basically just live wherever the team's playing for that weekend. It's fun. And you saw it, May. You've seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell that whole survivor's guilt thing is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was it? His mom, the main character in the movie, he found out his mom was a baller.
Super baller.
But yeah, like she got afraid of the heights. So it's kind of like the self-sabotage thing.
Yeah.
That we have when we're traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how the boy was just like, nah, like I'm choosing another path. I like it has to do with like breaking generational curses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Josh is right. Like basketball is there, but there's so much going on where there's so many stories beneath basketball going on during that movie. Like I think the coach was I want to say that she was in like a gay relationship is what I got the feel from. Yeah. It don't say that, but you can kind of piece together. So they're touching on that.
It was implied.
Same-sex relationships and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of just touched everything it could.
I wanted more. Like I thought, I'm surprised there's not sort of like a like a reality show that follows a high school team.
Right.
Like there is like
oh well
like Bronx.
Never mind, they do have one.
Yeah.
It came out like right after Res Ball. They actually have a documentary about that team.
Yeah.
But it's the real people and it follows all of their it's like it follows their scholastic freaking progress. Like they're trying to go to college. They're
Uh-huh.
trying to be the first in their family to go, and that's a tearjerker too, because a lot of those boys end up getting accepted into big colleges, and
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah,
you
I need
said,
to.
they're on the res, man. Like a lot of them don't got running water or lights, and now their son's going to a big school. I
Speaking,
forget the name of the book, but yeah, that movie was written from a book.
Mm-hmm.
But res ballers, man, they do hoop. That whole fast play and all that, it's a real thing. They run and gun. It don't matter what tribe you play against, they all kind of got that similar style of run and gun.
Yeah, it was ill, wicked. They realized like the team in the movie, they're down their best player. I won't like spoil alert it or whatever. They're like down a player, and they're smaller, than the other teams, but they know like they've got basically just stamina, and so they implement a 7-second shot clock on themselves.
Yeah.
So every time they get the ball, they're counting 1, 2, 3, and by the time they hit 7, they have to shoot it. And they're doing that to themselves, though. It's a self-inflicted shot clock, self-imposed.
Oh.
And
And
the other team might get the rebound. They're playing regular, but then as soon as this other team gets the ball, it's just like time's running out every time.
and they do that whole code talker thing. They're like, all right, let's start calling the plays in our language. And maybe that'll be a way to keep the other team from knowing what we're gonna do. So that was a cool little thing they dropped in there. It has
Mm-hmm.
the little bit where these kids have to learn their language. Like again, their mom, their grandma knows the language, but they don't know it. So it's cool to see them dive into their own heritage, learn the words. Because out there, you're getting teased if you don't know the language.
well, on this basketball tip, y'all watch any college hoops?
Nope.
I watched the highlight of that dude barking at Don Staley like that after the game. I couldn't miss that.
Well,
Did you see that?
yeah, I definitely saw that. But I was asking about um, because I was watching the news, just getting ready for the show, and there was a different tournament called the Crown Tournament. I had never heard of it. I guess it. I was looking it up as as we're doing the show now. Like, I guess it's the secondary tournament for teams that didn't get invited to the main NCAA tournament.
So not the NAIA tournament.
Yeah, it's called College Basketball Crown Tournament.
Hmm.
Sponsored by Ann Schutz Entertainment and Fox Sports. The first time they had it was last year, so this is only the second year. But yeah, I just brought it up because I had watched about 2 minutes of the overtime game between, who was it? West Virginia. That's who just won. Who were they playing? I don't know. But I was like, what the hell is Crown basketball? They just arbitrarily created a second tournament. I think it has to do with money. Like, they realized these tournament games, it's the end of the season, these get the most money. We can get money from the event space, the game itself, but then the TV rights. That's why it's promoted by Fox. Like, they're gonna have it on their station. That's a large enough station. Like, somebody figured something out.
Round tournament, huh? Yeah, I've never heard of that one. I know that there's like the NAIA tournament, or there used to be, which was just like the second tier one.
Well, maybe this took the place of that.
Yeah, huh?
I don't know.
Those are legit schools, though. Big schools.
Well, that's all I had on basketball.
It's an 8-team event, so it's not 64 teams. It's smaller.
Well, it looks like they're still playing with it because it's a new thing. Last year they had 16 teams. This year they only had 8.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a new tournament in progress.
Yeah, the NAIA is still happening, it says. And that's another 64 team one.
Interesting. Yeah, someone's figured out something.
What station was it on?
Fox?
Cool. Yeah, I'm sure it exists for money, though. You're right. Somebody's
They need to start making back all this NIL money. All right, well.
I thought that was pretty tacky how that dude kind of like barked at her like that. Not that she needs to be like have punches pulling or anything. She's a real hardcore coach. But it just looks tacky. It just looks tacky for a man to be.
Well, I don't know.
She's little.
I don't know. You're in the big leagues now. Like you
right,
want
I get it. Like she can handle it.
To me, it's more about what was he saying? And I looked back and did watched a couple different reviews of it, and he essentially was trying to say he was mad that she didn't shake his hand at the beginning of the game. Like, and if that was the case, so here's the funny part. They have the tape. They just go back and watch the tape of you shaking her hand at the beginning of the game.
Because she says she did. So did she?
Well, yes, they showed the tape. Like that. Wow. So if he was right, even so, that's still a dumb thing to be mad about. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with you talking shit to the other coach. It's just like, what are you talking about? You're mad because she didn't shake your hand? Okay, maybe that is a tradition. So what? But she actually did shake your hand. So what? So now what?
Yeah. But like as a leader, you got to figure out a way to do it in a way that benefits you, because it doesn't look, it tarnished him. Like, I don't think anybody thought that was a good look, for him.
Well,
some people might be ambivalent, like, oh, whatever, they're both coaches, like they can.
Well, that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
To me, the swaying differentiating factor to me is, what are you saying? Like, to me, it didn't look bad until you go back and find out what was he saying to her. And then you go back and look at the tape. Like, that is what, to me, makes him look like a buffoon. Like, but just the visual of him saying something to her, that didn't rub me the wrong way anyway. Any sort of way.
I've just been like, it just seems ill-advised. Like, how that's gonna go.
No, yeah.
You're gonna say something, and she's gonna do that, and then you can't do anything. It's just like,
it's a lose-lose.
Figure out a better way to do that.
It's a lose-lose.
You're the leader of the whole group. Like, that's not gonna come out right for you. You should already know that.
Yeah.
Now,
can you let's compare and contrast with the men's coach that essentially headbutted the ref.
That was crazy to me. I thought that was crazy to me.
No, that I'm telling. So here's the thing.
That was one of.
So here's the thing. I probably have a widely different perspective than both of you. I can tell you why. My dad was a basketball coach, And I played for my dad as the coach. So I look at things a little bit differently, I think. To me, I like the coaching shit. Like, because that's what I grew up with my dad yelling at the refs. And one of the refs that we had was my neighbor that knew my dad and they were friends. So he'd be yelling at this ref, "Come on, Paul. You know that was a bullshit call. You call them fouls for my boys. You letting them hack." Like, I can visually, it takes me back to a certain place of a kid. And I enjoy that. I enjoy coaches yelling at the players, yelling at the refs, yelling at the other coaches. I really like it. And because there are levels to it and how good you are and what you're mad about. And yeah, I loved every bit of this shit.
That was such a moment. You could just sometimes you watch a moment unfold and you're like, that is such a moment. It's out of everybody's control. The magnetical forces of what just happened, and those two, their heads so neither one of them was thinking about it. It was such a just when just like physical matter moves and it's repelled and drawn to each other, and it's just, you could just tell those things were those things were caught up in this play, and it was just swirling around, and this happened, and it was just like such a vortex of sucking everything together, and then it was just like over, and you could tell neither one of them really was in control. It just happened.
I love it though.
It was so emotion. It was one of those like pure things that happen at the second.
I love it because to me those coaches, they have an impact on the game, and they can get the team to perform. And it's different when you're playing for a coach that's just like a boring coach. He's gonna call timeout and draw up the play and say, "All right, you do this," versus the coach calls timeout and he's just cussing you guys out. There's a difference. I would rather play for the coach that calls timeout and cusses us out. Like, that's just me. I that fits. I think it works better. And from where every team I've ever played for, the coaches that will get in your face and yell at you always were the better coaches. Like, there's no doubt about it.
It was funny because it happened, and he just was walking around the court like he just hit he felt like he hit the shot, and he met that ref right there and was just like, "Yeah, I did that." Like I don't even think they had beef. I just think it was like that was what happened at that time. Whoever was close to that coach at that moment, that would have happened. It could have been a freaking cheerleader. It's lucky it was, it wasn't.
Well, I like that style of coaching. I enjoy it.
That look on his face was so funny.
Yeah.
Like, all we're right. Doing this. My head is on your head. My head is on your head. Yeah. That's happening right now. It's happening. Yep, there it is. It did it. And then they like unsucked their heads apart.
All right, enough about that. Well, so May, you probably actually listened to the Kanye album. I didn't.
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to speak on the SoFi performances because I think there are two. So, do you want to talk about the album first, and then maybe I talk about the performances?
Yeah, I think it was last last weekend is when it went up on. It was basically a YouTube stream before it was something on stream services. But Bully's back. I don't know what version this is, but this is supposedly the no AI version of Bully. When it initially dropped, what was that last year? I want to say
Yeah, we
it
did
came out.
review. Yeah, we did review it.
Yeah, like it came out and we didn't feel any different than everybody else. Like we trashed it. We called it out for what it was, and I don't know. It just sounds like word got back to him, to Ye, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna do it without that." So yeah, he has this whole rollout right now where he's kind of it's like people pleasing Ye because he went to the rabbis, he cleared that up, and then he did a full page article in like Wall Street Journal apologizing. Bully gets marketed as coming out. He signs a deal with Gamma music label. It's like a package deal, so his daughter North is signed as well, and now we got this SoFi um, news about him performing in front of America after being canceled. And you play the album, it does sound different. You could tell there was changes made. I'm not the best at finding the parts that are AI or that sound AI. It just sounds like him. And it sounds like it was deliberately made for performing. Like the audio quality is kind of low. It's not lo-fi, but it's just not bright and shiny as like Donda was or Beautiful Twisted Fantasy. It has like a grimier. It sounds more like what we do, like in our pad, where it's just raw, captured emotions. But obviously the production is good, and the way that he's using these sounds, you could just hear them on the big speakers. That's what I got from it is a lot of this was made to perform. Even if you feel like, oh, well, the vocals aren't right, they're not this. Well, when you're at
like
a when
like
you're at a live show, none of that matters because you get to do new vocals right there.
like performed like some crazy like super big setup with like an orchestra style Kanye, or sort of stripped down like
Yeah,
fruit,
like the Yeezus,
like
like the
Dave Chappelle on the Dave Chappelle show. Kanye, just his beat machine and him just
yeah,
rapping more like that type of.
yeah, it's a lot of raw chops and then minimal drums and bass lines added. But a lot of the bass lines have that it's like Yeezus. It's like industrial sounding sounds. So I don't know. I feel like Bully, if you listen to it as a Kanye listener, you can almost pick every version of Kanye out on the album. It sounds like a trail mix bag of Kanye because he's got so many times where he changed directions. Like right when you fell in love with what he was doing, he would just turn corner, turn page. So you can hear 808 Kanye, you can hear Graduation, you could hear the Yeezus Kanye, you could hear the Twisted Fantasy. I just think he's been around long enough where he can literally sample from his own catalog. It feels like that. Like he can be his own muse, like on some full narcissism shit. Like, oh, I'm gonna go back to my blue period. He's like Picasso.
Yeah, let
Like
me
I
see
can
what
go
I
to
was
my blue
doing in.
period.
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
gonna go
fun.
to red paint. I'm just only gonna use red paint for 5 years. And then when that's off, I'm gonna switch to off white or whatever. So it is very busy and it jumps around a lot, but the through line is the chops. You can hear him. He still has a great ear for finding just good samples. So at the very least, even if you run it through your program and strip the vocals out, you got some cool beats to vibe to at the very least. If you don't like the lyrics or you feel like, oh, he needs his songwriters back, that's fine. But some of us just want to know if he still got the ear and he's not full blown Timbaland. He could still find a sample and chop it. Where I don't know if Tim If Timbaland can do it, I want him to prove it to us because he leaned too far one way. And I believe that there's a balance. You could still mess around with the AI, but you still got to water these other flowers too. So I do thank Kanye for not putting out that AI as an official thing. Like there's bootlegs of it out there, but he knows better. And I thank him for listening to whatever fans that he's got that he takes serious.
So yeah, I watched a video explaining the making of it, and I guess that um he went back to his original kind of production with MPC ASR
Mhm.
as opposed to the having 10,000 different boards connected together.
Yeah.
So that probably is why it sounds a little bit more lo-fi, like you said. Now, in the explanation video I watched, it said he utilized two producers to do primarily handle the sourcing of the samples. So I don't. He wouldn't necessarily get credit for finding them. He
Mhm.
gets the credit for saying yes, okay, let's use that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like a lot of these samples, there's songs that he's already sampled multiple times. So I don't know. It could be both. It could be like, I got you this because I know this is your bag, or it's like some grocery getter stuff where it's like, I don't want to go shopping, but go get these albums or go get this era. Because a lot of them that he's sampling, you're like, oh, he chopped that already. So it's a different feeling or different version from the initial sample. But
Oh,
all
oh,
I know is like when he put out a video with him and Travis Scott in the studio making the song, and that just reminded me of like that's when music was good, like the Good Friday days where they were creating, and we were all in on it too. We were getting to watch it be made and then get to hear it on Friday. If he just does that, he's fine. Just keep your mouth shut and create, and let people see you pressing buttons. To me, that's enough. To see Travis Scott in there, he's like making the drums for the beat. I was like, all right, this feels like normalcy again. Like just cats hanging out in the studio, collabing.
now the concert, I got definite opinions about it. Now, aesthetically, Kanye is definitely at top tier on imaginative uh, spaces on for these big arenas and stadiums. Like he had the house for Donda. This time he was on like it was like a half of a sphere. The sphere in Las Vegas, how it like can
Yeah.
project images on it. He was on like half of one, but it for most of the show it was like a globe, like spinning globe. So it looks like he's walking on the globe, which I thought that hands down is he's on the top tier on that type of set design. I guess would be the proper terminology. Um, but outside of that, like that was to me the only entertaining part about it is the uniquely designed set. He's got the tether cable. No, I'll take it back. The number of songs and just the length of the concert, like so this type of concert, you don't get no openers. Ain't nobody about to come out and walk on my globe before me.
Right.
So the show, I want to say it was over 2 hours long. The set list I got is 33 tracks.
Yeah,
Like, so I got to give him credit for that. That's a long
I've
show,
seen. Yeah, I've seen him do that long before.
but come on, man. You're at the top of the levels, you can't just be rapping over your song.
Yeah.
Like, I was so disappointed. That was probably the most disappointing thing. And I'm just watching it on YouTube. I'm just watching. I'm not there. I didn't pay $1,000 to go there. But if I did, I would be so pissed. Now maybe before I spend $1,000 on Kanye tickets, I would have watched some previous live shows of him and probably figured out, oh, this dude he just raps with his songs playing in the background. That would have. I didn't know that until watching this. Now I know that's what he does. I would not pay to see him perform.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how dope the set design is. I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's irritating to me. It's disrespectful to me as a hip hop fan. I'm paying tickets to come see you, and you're just playing the song and rapping over it. I could understand certain artists having certain ad libs in, like, okay, you got some help for your hooks. Maybe the ad libs come in when the hook part comes in, but you're just playing the song and rapping over it. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, we're too old for that.
You're Kanye West. What am I wrong?
No, we don't want to see that.
So that's my review. It looked amazing. It looks great. You're walking on the globe. Long set list. He did bring out Lauryn Hill. I thought that was dope. I didn't realize that there was a whole thing with her that she was supposed to be the sample for All Falls Down. It was supposed to be her voice.
Yeah.
So that was a nice tidbit of history info, but yeah, at this point, the 80,000 people that went to see him on 2 different nights, I hope they got their money. I'm sure they did. I'm sure anyone that's going to see Kanye at this point, they're rocking with him no matter what, and it just is what it is. So congrats to him for having some solid fans that are going to show out for you. But I'm not coming to see you rap.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they're gonna treat Louis C.K. the same way as they treat Kanye. Louis C.K.'s coming back after like 5 years. He went through some stuff, showing himself to females, allegedly having their consent, and then later on they took the consent away. But basically, again, somebody that everybody threw in the trash, and now he's like, "Yo, I got a special coming out. I funded it myself. Stand up." Um, Ellen tried to do it, and it didn't work for her. They got her out of here as soon as she dropped that last year. Louis C.K. comes out this month. It'll be interesting to see because Kanye has he's got lives like a cat, man. Like he's got thrown in the garbage so many times, but you look at Bully and it's supposedly the #1 album, and there's a deluxe coming, and he's got so many units sold physical, and it's like, well, shit. Maybe if the world cancels him, he still has enough core fan base to where it don't matter.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's a fact. That's a
Yeah, like
fact.
he don't need the world because he already got a couple mil.
Yeah,
I mean, everything is all pocketed anyway. Even if somebody is or isn't canceled or just disliked by the other groups, they'll have their world, their fans, and that's even someone who's not in trouble or whatever. They still only have a small piece of all of the consumer, and so you can't really stop somebody from having that if they have it.
Yeah, I think it's more about how big your solid fan base is. Is your core fans enough to keep you afloat?
Right.
Which in Kanye's case, that's for certain. He's got enough. He's in the
For
millions on the
sure.
core
I
fans.
think you only need probably 2,000-3,000 people to give you money whenever you produce art. If you have that, that's enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's for our standard of living of survival.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye, he needs the millions supporters because he's blowing money on extravagant stuff. Now, this dude, Louis C.K., he seems like, I mean, comedians tend to be less extravagant. I mean, some people you don't know. Once you make the leap and you want to get the big house, that mortgage don't go down because you run on hard times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's more about how big did you get before? Did you get big enough to where you felt like you can get the big house? Or did you stay humble and stay in your little rink-a-dink squalor to where, yeah, I can survive off of 2,000 fans. Whereas, yeah, if you got that big house, 2,000 fans ain't going to do it. And then, I mean, for comedians, the good thing is you just got to be funny. Like, if you're funny, you can get more fans.
Yeah. That's what they say about music. Some people are like, it don't matter what you did in your life. You just got to make a new slap or you just got to make a new hit and people will forget. And I'm trying to figure out, are we really that easy to entertain? Where it's just like, yo, just give me the slap and all that don't matter no more because I'm having fun again.
I think that is correct, but to a line. I think some people have gone beyond the line. I guess it really depends because people are definitely still messing with all these rappers that's snitching on everybody.
Yeah, like
We're
in a world where
that's not.
I just think it's just a big enough world with enough consumers that it doesn't matter. There's no definite like Kanye. Yeah, some people won't listen to him anymore. But I mean, he still will have like his group that will want to know what is his new art about.
yeah.
And it'll just be it's just like that for.
Yeah, I feel like we're in a world where Diddy can come out and build back his empire. Like we're that weird right now where
I don't think he could have an empire like he had. I don't think there's no MTV, there's no places for shows. That's back when there was one world.
Mm-hmm.
And there was there was one TV, one MTV, one making of the band on one night where everybody was watching. It was like the water cooler moments. But that doesn't exist anymore. Nobody can have it like that.
And honestly, I think Diddy being able to come back, I think is more reasonable than people still enjoying all these rappers that snitch on each other. And don't let me go down the Rick Ross path because I'll go off on a tangent on that.
He can upload. Anybody can upload. Can come back. He can make music and upload an album, and he's back.
But are people bumping it? Would you bump it in front of people to where they know you're bumping it?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
What about R. Kelly?
50,000 people would.
What about R. Kelly?
Yeah, he can do that. There's no. I mean, unless there's no, unless streaming services stop somebody somehow.
But what if I don't know, what if there's a new feature on streaming services to where it allows you to look up what other people are listening to? So when people look at your Spotify account, they can see you've been bumping that R. Kelly, that new R. Kelly joint that just came out.
There might be. Maybe you could be hacked. There'll be a private setting, but somebody
Yeah.
could hack it and put you on blast. Hold on. It's something you got to live with.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well, I guess as a quick segue, a little bonus topic. Did we actually talk about the Druski skit? I feel like we did a little bit. The
Not
most
enough,
recent
but
one.
we did.
I guess if we did already talk about it, we won't rehash it. But I just heard today that some folks are planning get back on Druski and the black community.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's so uncreative that we can guess what it'll be.
Well, Trump said in some sort of news conference that she should sue him. He didn't say who, but he was talking directly to Erica Kirk and said, "You should sue him. You should sue them." So that's one. But then
Shit.
I heard there's some comedians that came out and plotting and planning some sort of blackface reveal. Are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Then I heard Jake Paul say that he wants to do it, and he's not even a comedian or like an entertainer per se like that. But that's the word on the street. Is I heard that the white folks are planning some get back.
Bring it. Bring it. We're not soft like that. Like it's gonna make y'all look more goofy than us. You still gotta keep it funny. And if trying to sue him, good luck. That's like trying to sue SNL for making making all these politicians look goofy every Saturday. Like the comedians occupy almost like a safe space of immunity with shit like that. They can get stuff like that off in the name of creativity. And he could play dumb. He could be like, "Yo, that wasn't you. There's so many of you out there. I
That's
can
the
just
beauty
go
of it.
dumb. Yeah,
That's
like I
the
could just
beauty
go
of it.
dumb. There's a billion yous. I walk across Erica Kirk's all day out here in Olympia. No, like, you ain't the only one that's like that. That's that's a caricature. I- it's a total character, and you just happen to fit that shoe.
Look,
But
I
they could
heard
try to jump him, but I don't think it's gonna work.
there's. Are we still talking about art? Listening to R. Kelly?
No, get Druski. Druski
Because
gets jumped.
there's people right now that like will and be like, I don't give a fuck. I listen to R. Kelly. Like,
Uh-huh.
of course, people still will. Not as many people, not a lot of people, but I mean, plenty,
Yeah.
enough, enough to have shows, not enough to fill out. Not enough to be match those highlights of the past, but
no, we were talking about the the planned get back for Drewski's conservative white woman sketch.
he's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
He really is actually pretty awesomely funny.
Yeah, so there definitely folks in the white community that were very upset, and they're planning get back in the form of blackface. I can't remember the name of the comedian that said he was going to do it, but I listened to Jake Paul on the Theo Von show. They're talking about it together. Theo Von,
Yeah.
he clearly don't want to do it, but he's trying to give him ideas like, well, if you find a black person like Charles Barkley and you ask him to do it with you, and Jake Paul's like, no, that's pussying out. No, you can't do that. You just got to do it. Druski didn't ask for permission. He just did it. So yeah, keep that on your radar. Look forward to the Jake Paul
I wish
blackface
they would
skit.
just all go away, you know? Like, if you think about boxing with them involved and then how it was, it's just like nothing's better with them, with that
Yo.
brand, with that style of shit.
Yup.
They're not, I just wish it would go away, you know? It's just not, it's not worth, it's not dope. It's not good. They're not the best at anything. They're not really that good at anything. You just wonder, it really is just this, it's really is just like, is it just the racist shit? Is it just the racial shit? Because they're not, there's so many people that are better boxers than that guy. There's so many. So what is it? Is that it? Is it just, it sucks.
Listen,
Yeah, Druski's a smart man. Like he's not just being goofy and
Druski's funny.
yeah, he don't
I
look
like
online
him.
and like, yo, what's viral? Let me
I just don't get like outside who likes the Paul dudes. Is it just the whites? And then why? Because they're not the best at everything. They're not good at it. They take up so much bandwidth.
They remind me of the pay to play. Remember when pay to play started happening with music out here locally, and you were rocking a stage, and then you're like, wait, who else is on the stage?
Yeah,
like, oh,
and it almost made you just be like, I'm good
Yeah.
on doing this type of yeah.
They're like, oh, you're with blah blah blah. He started making songs last week. He's on the stage too, and that's what it feels like with the Pauls, man. Like they're so pay to play, it's not even funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shout out Trade Titan 176 in the chat. He said, "Is it just the whites?" I think it is. I don't know any black people that are rocking with them like that.
Well, come on, whites.
I like Druski because
get a better.
Druski said
There's
he
got to
only
be a
goes,
better Larry Bird per se out there.
Druski said he goes after people that they kind of contradict themselves. He goes after that kind of character that says one thing and does another. Like that's who he's making jokes about. It
That's funny.
him being a bully.
I was watching like this video and it showed like other sort of Republican, conservative, right-wing white women politicians in their 30s that were like scooching around on their little stages for when they were having their little pep rallies, so to speak. And they are silly. There is something funny about that business suit and a person trying to shimmy with like those values. It is ridiculous. It is fucking laughable. So he just made fun of something we're already laughing at.
Yeah.
People were already laughing at. There was already those videos of like the white women coming out on the stage acting like all amped up on smelling salts, being like, my husband just died, like people were already super clowning her whole steez, and so he just like did it. But we were already like laughing hilariously at how she is.
Yeah.
She's, it's fucking funny. She's, and how she looks at the camera with that, like,
that stare.
Yeah, like we've already been laughing about it all. It's not, he didn't even have to discover it. He just put on the costume.
Yeah, like that's what hit my algorithm first before any of that was white ladies doing Erica Kirk.
Yeah,
true. Satire, like
yeah, people
Yeah, they were
she's
nailing it.
funny how she is. So people, there was like hella people making fun of how she like grills and
Like her face, yeah, her face don't match her words. It's like, yeah, they don't communicate. Her facial muscles and her tone of her voice.
and then the whole fake, and then the fake cry. Like she's got whole parts of where people have been making fun of her.
Wonder what the next Druski is gonna be. Because I
He's
thought
awesome.
the church one was wild.
Yeah, and yeah, did we? I mean, pastors got hurt, but black people weren't flaming him like, "Yo, this is bullshit. We're gonna sue you." It was none of that.
Well,
We just
listen, man.
we know how to laugh at ourselves.
The if you go to the church where your pastor is swinging, is on a zip line transported down, you're getting laughed at. I'm sorry. And so to me, Druski is like he's doing the Boondocks.
Yeah,
That's all he's doing. He's doing stuff from real life. He's
it's
putting it into a
SNL.
skit.
It's totally SNL.
Well, I think it's better. I think it's more realistic. Like SNL is, they're trying to tell jokes. He is actually, it is a step up above than what the people are actually doing. A little
Yeah,
bit exaggerated, but it's more close to the
right.
accurate depiction than it is. Saturday Night Live is like outrageous, but
I'm just
definitely.
saying that whole like I'm dressed up as the president and you know that
Oh
and
yeah,
I'm gonna do the skit and you just gotta take it. Like if you're gonna sue me for this, I would have been sued 30 years ago, kind of thing.
yeah.
Like I don't think they're gonna successfully sue Druski for something like that.
No, Afro Man just won.
Yeah, it's
It,
up. It's
it,
up for us in the courts right now.
So artists, load up your cannon fodder for all your satirical, comedic pleasures, and hit the go button. Because
yeah.
now is the
And then
perfect
I
time.
also think that even extends past satire. Like politicians, public officials can be subjects of art, even art that is critical, that critiques that movement. Like you don't want a law saying you can't make fun of something because that can easily be like, oh yeah, well you also can't fucking say that city council's name in that poem where you blast them for being a hypocrite about this voting. You can't do that. So it's a real slippery slope to even tread over that line. To erode that at all could be real danger. What aren't we allowed to do after that? Can we rap how we rap want to after that?
Hey,
You
listen,
know.
man, we're all
So
artists, so we're all about that freedom of speech.
yeah,
Especially us, we push the line quite often. So I don't think we're in a disagreement
yeah.
about restrictions on speech or what's the better word that they use.
Just subject matter, like
All right, well, I think it's perfect time to head into our musical break. We'll probably end short today.
do music and just piece it out.
No, we'll come back and chop it up, but
Okay.
maybe for only like another 10 minutes after the music.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Well, hey, we're going into our normal halftime break. It is 10 minutes of bangerifics brought to you by the Build and Destroy crew. We're going to load them on up right now. We got some you can't find online except for here. So check it out. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Build and Destroy show. make sure you hit that subscribe button. It don't
Was
cost you
performing the haunting and the beautiful letter B.
I begin before the beginning because my mission has no ending. My rhyme make a beeline to stop time, so I'm never behind. Behold, I'm beholden to no one solo shogun. You get beheaded, be deaded. Bygones be bygones. I begrudge your grudge. I beguile your style. I'll never behave. I have your proper behavior. I'll be your word savior. I'll be hest and blessed, so you don't have to be reft and stressed. You should be cool and behoove and get out the way, move. I be jeweled, I be spin jewels. You be muse, you should be amused. Mary Jane and my muse, poisonous milk be inside mules. You be fake and hate and be rate and be late and be elated, but you should be elated. I besiege your belief. I make you look beneath what you believe.
Hiya. Once again, I'm here to present a little talk about one of the letters of the alphabet. Now, today, the letter is B, and this is a B. Now, the B sort of looks like a fat man with his belt too tight, you know? And B is a very useful letter if you are fond of bread and butter, because both of these words begin with a B. And,
I belittle you with riddles that riddle you. I be riddling like the riddler be riddling or riddling. You belligerent with befuddlement when I'm done with it. I'm beyond gone, I belong, I'm Krypton. Me and this pen be in love, this must be love, this pen my beloved. I stay high so my eyes be low, so I say hi to one below. So look out below, I'm about to bestow a new flow. I be smirch your church, I be set your set. You be upset, I be get your regret. Beside you should be beside your false pride. I be aware, so beware, we've been betrayed, so I befall a revolution, y'all. I be aware, so beware, we've been betrayed, so I befall a revolution, y'all. That's it. It's a wrap. It's like more alphabet soup for you.
wait a minute. Hey, you. How am I supposed to talk about the letters when you keep eating pieces off them, huh? Well...
Straight to cassette, taking X, breaking left speed. Your miserable monologues need to let leave. Consider the ambiance of the next brief. Since the ginseng from the pristine caricature. Ease, don't stress the flex hypnotics. It takes profit to invest in product. You're neglecting the best, stop it. You're not collecting a check off it. The toxic spitballs, breath awkward, surpassing your past rent on absent. Extravagant ad-lib from technique, I apply passion, more so I die laughing. Near the beach, the festivities may reach the peak and pinnacle for what I speak in general. Y'all commit the clerical errors in clinical fields. It's the cynicism of cynical skill. I'm the blood-rich adrenaline spills. I run unequivocally for the thrills. If it came from your bike husband, why trust it? 5 guys with armored supplies rushed in. Burden of mind substance, burden of times. Marginal signs crush men. The logic applied brought to the sky something. Shit, I'm breaking through the nitro latex. Recited insightful, say yes. Contemporary rivals a claymation in me. The goal is to stay safe and release. Ayy, orchestrate melees from the east. On any designated day, you couldn't play me for cheap. The magic's in the muscle stroke, and if you've had it, then you must have known. Words to the cadence, oddly aroused at what occurs during ordinary changes. Living on the edges of writer is more than very dangerous. Lofty levity thoughts conceptually caught me questioning, not remembering. Cheat Kong in the AM, smoke weed and be calm where you're staying. Shit, I'm breaking through the nitro. Upward spirals, did enough and earned the title. Don't be concerned in the luck of your idols. You wanna learn when to duck when they hide you. Situational circumstance snuck you a rifle. Regardless if it's truth or if it's lies. Fool. The right angles might find you.
Hennessy and exotics, cannabis, you feel me? Sponsored, build and destroy, we make noise. All praise is due, we the gods. We made it through cause we beat the odds. All praise is due, we the gods. All praise is due, we the gods. All praise is due, we the gods. We made it through cause we beat the odds. All praise is due, we the gods. We made it through cause we beat the odds.
And if that ain't the truth, then I have a bridge to sell you. The booth is the proverbial shrink couch. The esoteric think tank is what the briefing's about. I'm as deep as the frequencies that the speakers vouch. In the event that the brainstorm receives the drought, regulate your hormones before you leave the house. I'm landing the upper echelon region clout. Respectable crafts, a reason heathens doubt. My testicles dragged to the street Enrica style. But I never drop the ball in moments needed now. The mechanical mind is guilty of diaspora. Walk afflicted with peace or reviving violent order. I'm sure fire with vibes is filled with silent aura. Mental shrine restorer, different than you kinda sorta. I don't deal with confinement, I'm still inclining via psilocybin. I still to deal with something real and vibrant.
We made it through cause we beat the odds. All praises due, we the gods. All praises due, we the gods. We made it through cause we beat the odds. We made it through cause we beat the odds. Hey, we made it through cause we beat the odds. Hey, all praises due, we the gods. All praises due, we the gods.
My mind at ease cause I move with the cheese. Sitting with my belly full, them people ain't pleased. They gazed when they placed me in the maze. Mad cause I came out the rat race unfazed. They want me dazed and confused, weak and abused, making up excuses why I always lose. Dad wasn't here, so this is my fear. I'm a fairy like him, pass it all through all these years. Nah, here's the thing, I'm a king, you ain't stopping. Keep it moving, A-wall, get it poppin'. Gatekeeper, jaw dropping, I'm never flopping. You damn right, this nigga outsmart them. All praises due, cause we made it through. As the saying goes, mama ain't raised no fool to show what I'm made of. I'm anxious, flexing on the ages in the matrix. They hate this.
All praises due, we the gods. We made it through cause we beat the odds. All praises due, we the gods. All praises due, we the gods. All praises due, we the gods. We made it through cause we beat the odds. All praises due, we the gods. We made it through cause we beat the odds. We made it through cause we beat the odds. All praises due, we the gods. All praises due, we the gods. We made it through cause we beat the odds.
You got it. They got it. You can't accept something, be ready to change it, rearrange it, move the extra baggage to the basement, making minimum wage for enslavement, confined to the policies of a corrupt corporation. Speak your voice, use your language, cuss they ass the fuck out, don't be ashamed. I ain't on that Danny Ainge long range with the aim shit. I ain't passing up spare change, Bitcoin financial arrangements, checking for them savings, misbehaving in the retail haven with the cash sandwich, bread with the cheese in between, misled by TV screens in the magazine. Analytics from the streams flowing serene. Now my palms itching crazy, someone owe me dividends. Or is the pond contaminated with chlorine? Now I ran out of lotion, money like an ocean. Damn, I just swim in it. We so intimate with who we doing business with. So when they task us, we ask them what the credit limit. You got a good head on your shoulders, where you're heading with it.
We got it. We got it. We got it.
If we don't switch the gears, the sound of birds will disappear from niggas' ears in less than 60 years. Severe weather already here all over the sphere. Silver line clouds packed tight with lightning strike like Cy Young cheers. After sight of police tighten up with fear. They should be on the sidelines while we run this here. The 1% get killed and they family get it. Plan for multiple missions, extra ammunition for each gun you wield. Fuck 100 bills, get silver, be a pyramid builder. In the field of nightmares, the concrete jungle obscures the jewels you'll find there. Stomp through pools of white tears like rhinos, we pioneers. Find holes in the game of survival, divine spirit in the flesh, but your mind gon' rewind lyrics, listen again, cause the rhyme's strong.
Yeah, we back at it. The Build and Destroy show. Ooh, just wanted to, for the Eastsiders out there, we got a limited run that's been requested of the East Side version of the Hilltop.
Oh, wow.
So
Ooh,
Cam was
boy.
asking for that. I finally made his and some extras for connected folks. I don't think I'll even put this on the website.
I know Tala wants another Sasquatch shirt because, you know, she grows. She's still a growing human. So the one she had is can't sport it no mo.
Oh yeah, I got a fresh one for her.
Oh heck yeah!
The
All
new
right.
feature. The
You
new
can
feature.
get that for the rebirth day. Oh, smart!
That's our new feature on all of the
New Sasquatch rap squatch shirt.
Oh, and I got the markers too. I ordered those.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
she'll get both markers and shirt. Look how's this damn light.
He got you some cool stuff.
Something's beaming in my eye. That's
I know.
much
I was gonna say it was cool to see the sun on your face during the show.
Well, it looked cool before, but now it's like right in my eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we can wrap up.
Spring effect.
Yeah. That change of the season is underway. I'm gonna be excited to not have to wear a long sleeve thermal shirt under.
Still got mine on.
Yeah, normally until May.
Yeah.
But it seems like we're gonna get the change early this year. All right, well, I guess we'll close it out with the more.
Let me ask one question about one movie to May that I wanted to ask, and we were talking about earlier, real quick. If we just got one more before we piece it out, that weapons. What came into my mind was like school violence, like a school shooting, because the movie's such a trip. Like, wow, what the fuck? How does that happen? How do imagine 17 kids vanishing in one class and maybe one surviving and the teacher? But it's like, no, that happens.
Yes.
It really happens all the time. Like multiple times a year almost, probably. I don't know the stats, Well, it has happened multiple times in life,
Yes.
And it's like we just move on. And if you noticed in that movie, there was no healing, there was no fixing it. Some of the kids got their like speech back and stuff, but some of them were just funked up forever.
Yes.
Traumatized, and that is what it was, and like the survivor had to just switch classes and keep going to school. Nothing happened, no new real environment, and like it's like such a crazy thing that we've accepted as a society, that like 17 kids could vanish or get murdered in an instant, that like the only way to like shake us into reality is be like, no, it's supernatural. You know, like
Huh?
if we frame it this way with this crazy ass witch creating this thing and it's a scary movie, then you might think about it, how messed up it is, you know?
Yes.
But that could, and I don't even know if the person making it was trying to say that, but that's like immediately what I started to think about. And I was just like, I wonder if this is like a metaphor for school violence in a way, you know?
No, I like that. I went what stuck out with me was the whole idea of the hair. Like
Oh yeah.
cuz I know I shed and like I pick at my naps sometimes and I leave hair in places and I remember growing up certain people were like, "Hey, you don't let anybody touch your hair." Or you know, if you cut your hair, you're supposed to bury it in the ground. Like there's these
Right.
certain belief there's a belief system about hair. Like some people treat it very sacred and other people are like, nah, it's just hair. But when I watched that movie, it had me spooked about just like having loose hairs. Like if that's all it takes is just something of your essence, it made me feel guilty like shit. I leave traces of me everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So it was I wasn't really scared, but it was like a paranoia thing. Like somebody could work stuff like that on me and I would have no idea because like I said, you could find my hair everywhere in the house, on my pillow, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. No,
So
that's a yeah,
just
to
the
look at.
whole witchcraft thing, like I respect the witchcraft enough to not dismiss it, I guess.
Yeah. I think she was the one that won the Academy Award. Like I don't actually think the movie won. I think she won for best actor probably or whatever, but she was crazy good in that.
Yeah, and I feel
Yeah.
like every neighborhood has that house where the lights is always off, like the windows is closed. I got houses like that out here where I'm like, man, it's almost been 10 years. I've still never seen anybody walk out that house. Like they don't have a job, they don't have got the same garbage day as me. What is it?
True.
But it just reminded me about like you never know who you live next door to. So it's this whole thing about like, yeah, fuck everybody out there. It's about me. And then balancing it with, nah, I'm gonna find out who's on my block because my kids walk this block too. So you don't gotta be a nosy neighbor, but do your intel how you can, you know, to kind of see who's around you.
Yeah.
Because I'll be damned if there's just a house nobody in the neighborhood knows about. Like there gotta be at least one dude that got a story. And if nobody got one, I'm gonna go find out a story.
Yeah. Like, hey
Is it
neighbor.
is it foreclosed? Like what's going on? Because I don't like that kind of mystery that close to me.
Well, I didn't see that movie in particular, but I thought what High Rise said was interesting to me as far as portraying this in a certain way for waking up, like for waking up the masses. And I think like at a certain point, a lot of art that's a key component in the purpose of artists. That's why we are important, because our skill set is to take the actual world and turn it around and represent it in a way to make people think and question.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we're losing that a bit with social media and everything just being instant and you know, it's all about getting posts and likes, and it's not about generating a thought-provoking topic, a conversation. So I know we're not lacking in that department, but I feel like the world, they need us right now, especially with how crazy things are going. They need us to provide a different ways of thinking about stuff, thinking about the future, if there is one.
Yeah.
Which brings me to our
future,
closing topics here.
Speaking of the future, do we have Tiani coming on next week?
We do.
What did that segue right there?
Pro.
So that, I mean, that's a good segue into the, I guess, final topics. I'll put them into two, or I consider them as one when I'm thinking about this. But essentially, I wanted to know your guys' thoughts on just legacy, your personal legacy, and then that what prompted it was the idea that we could be living in a simulation.
I like these two. I was thinking about it since you texted it. So what is, how do we view our own legacy, like our own artistic human legacy?
Yep. Does it matter to you?
Yeah. The only thing that matters to me is just like living truthfully, and I just feel like I'm doing that, but I'm also doing it publicly, and so that's my legacy right there, you know. And in that sense, I've already achieved it, you know, or I am achieving it. I'm already doing it. So not that I think it's that important or anything, it's just me, but I feel like hip hop wise, I feel like I've achieved my legacy. I did more than I thought I could. You know, the things that were important to me, like respect and in the local community, and trying to put on other people in the local area, like, and trying to create some sort of local hip hop scene for other artists to use so that they could sort of grow. I feel like I kind of did that, or am doing that, and that's what I'm doing. So I do feel like I'm just sort of doing that. And then like the simulation thing, I used to think that sounded so ridiculous to me. And I couldn't understand why somebody would really think that or whatever. But I kind of feel like the older I get and the more I look around and just think about how many people are so operating on things that aren't true based, that aren't truth. Their whole belief system is based on something not real. That to me is a simulation. You know, if you believe in something that's not fact based and factual and real, you know, I don't want to call out anybody or any religion or any religions or things, but you know, if you believe something and I don't believe it, I don't think it's real, there's not proof to it, then to me you are living in a simulation. But you know, do I think that we could all be living in the same sort of simulation, like made like a matrix style thing? I do think that it's possible because there's millions of people that don't believe in truth. And how could that be? How could that be a reality of a true universe? That there's billions of people that believe in something that's not true, you know? That could be simulated to make that be. That doesn't seem natural to me in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'll call out someone, the flat earthers. We're gonna call you out today.
Yeah.
What do you think, May?
Shoot, legacy wise, it's the I never wanted children. I had it all figured out when I was young. I was like, I'm gonna be doing this at this age, blah blah blah. Um, my life isn't anything close to what I envisioned growing up, but that kind of worked to my advantage because I met this old dude from Italy, and he's like, you know, you're just here to like be fruitful and kind of populate the earth. Like that's why you're here. Like you're here to eat good food, grow food, and make babies. And I hadn't heard it stripped down to that level. So my legacy is it's an easy one. It's just my kids because they carry on my name in that way. And just musically, it's the same as what Josh said. My goals are really easy to reach as long as I got out of my own way because I was just chasing easy stuff, just respect, and I just wanted to be known for doing what I do. And anything outside of that, I never put focus on it. I just wanted to get somebody say, "Oh, you're dope." Like that's all it took. And I got that early on in high school, so the kid version of me, I'm content just because I got the dope. You're dope at high school lunch freestyle ciphers. So anything more than that is just extra for me. But my legacy is like Josh said, it's just living in my truth, not lying to myself, and following my heart. I used to do this thing where I'd kind of make head over heart decisions, where it was just all about logic. But over time, I've learned to have my stomach and my heart and my head all work together in unison. Because I was guilty of kind of leaving one or two of those out of the decision making process. So I want my legacy to be he went with his gut and he trusted his gut, and his gut actually gave him good intel. And in the end, it should be I'm not a piece of shit and I don't treat people like shit. It's just classic kindergarten rules. Like my legacy is he aced kindergarten. Like he raised his hand when he wanted to talk. He if he borrowed something, he brought it back. He never bullied nobody in the playground. Like that's my legacy is just being a killer kindergarten student in this life.
You are that. You've aced the golden rule.
Because I hate when adults get big and then they start forgetting kindergarten rules. I always bring that up, like, yo, like, act like we're in kindergarten still.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that shit won't fly, man.
Mm-hmm.
You just think you grew out of it, so now you get to break rules all of a sudden, but
yeah,
they're not really rules. They're just kind of they're lanes on the highway to kind of keep you driving the car forward. It's like you could be all willy-nilly on the road, but you may not get as far down the road as the dude that's following the lines, you know?
I like that you brought up your kids. I want to hear Wicked's answers.
Well, simulation wise.
Oh yeah, and what about May? May, the simulation from too.
Oh yeah, I'm so far out there. I believe in all that. Like why wouldn't it be a simulation? And why wouldn't things be programmed to be simulated? It's like a video game. Like there's these my players and we all got these sliders and some people got sliders clear over here, some people's sliders is way down here, and I think our sliders have been conditioned to only go so far, and unless you what do they call it, unplug, you got to do some manual slider stuff yourself, because if you're just living at the will of the government and authority, they kind of get to control your slider or how far you can go. Because even in school, like you get to learn, so to speak, but you don't get to learn the things that put you past the point of average. Like there's certain things you just can't bring up in school where they're like, hey, this is elementary. You're talking about stuff that's post college. So there's a lot of watering down the Kool-Aid. And I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. We have this thing of watering stuff down, and then you get old, and then you finally get a straight shot of information, and that shit burns, and you may not want to ever touch it again. As opposed to just trying coffee initially, and you're like, oh, coffee is bitter. As a kid, it's bitter. As an adult, it's bitter. It's just bitter. We have this way of watering down things, and I feel like grooming and programming and simulation is all kind of related.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Like even if it wasn't a simulation to begin with, people found out right away we got to create something because there's too many people on this planet. We got to have a way to control these people somehow.
Right.
So we're going to start throwing these simulations out.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. It's like the proof is in the pudding. If enough people have been tricked to believe something that's not real, then their truth has been simulated. Their reality is being stimulated.
Yeah.
You know, and coerced and manipulated. And in the end, it's the same because human behavior is affected.
Yes.
That's why it's kind of like could be, could not be, but right now the ending result is the same. We're behaving in a way that's unnatural, in the sense that so many people are believing things that aren't true. You know, and I mean, I'm mostly talking about, I'll be honest, is just like people believing in monotheistic creation and, you know, God, you know, not so. Yeah, anyway. What about Wicked?
I'll go with simulation first. So my thought, and I've thought about this for years before there was simulation talk. I thought that the universe is like an organism. Like if you expand it out, we're very small. We're on a small planet in one solar system. We're just these humans. But I believe that there's different dimensions, and so not necessarily that this is a simulation, but there is, you know, a trillion other dimensions that we've gone through history the same pattern, and it's like this is one small variation. It's like when you get deja vu, it's like deja vu is an event that crosses through all the dimensions. So it seems like you've done it before or you've seen this before, but it's just because this happens in all the dimensions or enough to where there has that impact. And I believe what we're living, our life is we're trying to achieve something for the universe. And I think it is where we're at, like literally what we're talking about, people not believing in truth. I mean, the 5% kind of concept that there's 85% of the population that's just, you know, living their life. They're kind of just the sheep in the game, the non-playable characters, so to speak. And then there's the 5% that do understand some sort of bigger picture and are trying to either enlighten folks and awaken up folks, or just, like your guys are saying, live righteous. And then there's the 10% that know of, you know, some other story, but that use that knowledge to create wealth and benefits for themselves in this life. And I think that is the point. The universe, we are Earth. We are important in the fact that we have to get past this point of destroying ourselves, essentially destroying our planet. And I think that's where you get these alien species and whatnot. That's where all this came from. I was watching an interview with Bob Lazar talking about aliens and spaceships. So, I mean, at this stage, we know that aliens are real. Obama said they are. And then Trump said he wasn't supposed to say that. But so that means he's agreeing. So that kind of part is facts. We know that there's extraterrestrials. So then you start to go think bit deeper in, well, what are they doing? They're just watching us. Why are they watching us? It's because we are important, and they're trying to see if we can get past our internal natural beast-like behavior to conquer and take over land and resources. If we can get past that, we're like a key to the whole universe needing us. But there's a high possibility that we don't do it. So they're just watching us to see
what is the what's the cool thing that would happen if we got our shit together?
I think it's I think it's like what do you call it? The early stages of life, the first thing that they do is just split. Like splitting, first stage of organism is to split. So like, I think that we are a necessary fuel that the universe needs to grow a second universe, to expand. Because maybe the universe is going to die at some point, so it needs to have a way to rebirth. The whole concept of the Big Bang. Well, what's before the Big Bang? Maybe there was already the universe. Maybe it just keeps dying and coming back. But we're like, I don't know. It's hard to explain without having writing out some stuff and going through it. But simulation, maybe not in a computer database, but in the big scheme of things, I think we are a test, and we're living this to pass the test.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing is everybody knows and talks about the Great Reset. I want to know, will a grand awakening cause a great reset, or will the Great Reset cause a grand awakening? Because I feel like those two, you can't have one without the other kind of thing. I just wonder the order of those events, because it does seem like more people are signing on and they're getting tapped in more just on a global scale. A lot of us talk about things that we never talked about on social media, and now everybody's kind of getting woke now. But I wonder, is that the kind of energy that will cause stuff to crash, or is it the thing where the crash is inevitable, but what's going to be born out of that is the new awakening?
I think it's more of the latter. Like something is inevitable, and then it's more what our reaction is. What's the aftermath? And I think that's part of the test. Like, that's why the aliens ain't fucking with us. They see us blowing each other up. They're like, we know this is what you guys do. We have 1,000 we've watched this movie 1,000 times. So we're just hoping that in this time in the movie, one small thing changes enough, and that's the key that we need. And yeah, so, and as far as legacy, I feel I'm not close to reaching my legacy. My legacy has to do with having something to contribute to this achievement of the test. I don't know what it is. My legacy, my kids have something to do with it, but they're their own. They're part of my legacy, but they're not. Like, I look at it as, in 100 years, will my life have mattered? Did I do anything? Can you find me in a history book, if books even exist at that stage? Did I do anything that mattered? That's important to me, and I have not achieved it at this stage. To me personally, I feel like I'm close. I feel like I'm really close right now. The energy,
Your
artwork.
your plaques in the road and in the street sidewalks will be there.
Yeah, but no one will know that it had anything to do with me.
I know, but they're there. I mean,
That's representing those people.
Yeah, but you had a hand. That's still your hand.
Now let me take a step back. Yes.
I'm just saying,
yes, that would be a positive contribution.
Yeah, like sure, I hear what you're saying for the selfish reasons to get like acknowledgement, but that doesn't take away from that you did achieve a forever thing. You did. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying my achievement.
I know you want to do more. I'm just throwing that out there. That is something that you did do. That will be there. You know that, and so I think that's cool.
Well, that's when the bronze plaques goes in, you guys will think it's even more cooler because I got surprise up the sleeve. I got the surprise up the sleeve. I ain't gonna reveal it because I want you all to be very surprised.
Well, that sounds awesome. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go chill with the little ones.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we're gonna end it right here. You already know it's the Build and Destroy show. We are here every Sunday around 5 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure you tap in with us. Invite your friends. Get in the chat. We want to hear your opinions on these topics that we discuss. And next week we got Tiani back on, new album, best guest, highest numbers so far for our channel. So we'll look for a good boost